Hello. Good afternoon. I hope slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, last class, what did you study? Anybody? Which all are the protocols you have studied? Yes. MQTT, then afterwards, Secure Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, COAP, Constraint Oriented Application Protocol. In detail, the different types, then XMPP, Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol. Today you are going to learn two more protocols, that is Advanced Message Queuing Protocol and Query Tree Protocol for anti-collision. Okay. I'll start with the Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. In short, it is represented as AMQP. Advanced Message Queuing Protocol is an open standard for the IoT that provides message-oriented publish and subscribe communication capabilities. So the main use is passing business messages between the application. This standard's main use is to pass the business messages between applications. And so it is an application layer protocol. The data is transmitted in terms of frames. Then similar to MQTT, the message reliability is maintained using the message delivery guarantees. That is the three ways of message delivery guarantees are at most once, at least once, and exactly once. At most once, what will happen here? Each message is delivered once or never. At least once, the each message is certain to be delivered, but it may be delivered multiple times. Then the last one, exactly once. So the message is delivered, but only once. So these are the three different ways the message delivery and guarantees happens. Then what about the security? Here it also uses a TLS, that is transport layer security, and secure or secure socket layer, or simple authentication and security layer SASL, used for the security over TCP. And the different frame types of AMQP are open frame. Why it is used? Open frame to open a connection. Next, coming to the next one, begin frame, that is to begin a session. This type of frame is used. And communication happens in terms of frames. So the different types of frames used are open frame, begin frame, attach frame, transfer, flow, disposition, detach, and close. So open frame to open a connection. Similarly, begin frame to begin a session, attach frame to initiate a new link. Transfer is to send actual messages, Then the flow is for control message flow rate. Then disposition, in which this frame is used to inform the changes in state of transfer. Detach, that is to terminate the link. Attach frame is to initiate the link. Detach is to terminate the link. Then the end frame, that which indicates to session close. Close frame, that is to connection close. Okay, those are the different message types. Next, components. Actually, here communications in AMQP happens between using these three components, that is exchange, queue, and bindings. Exchanges route messages to or among appropriate queues based on predefined rules. Okay. Message queues store messages in queues before they are sent to the receivers. You all know how queue works actually. Next, bindings represents the rules for distributing messages. Okay, bindings represents the rules for distributing messages. And AMQP provides a richer group of messaging scenarios such as one-to-one, or it can be a broadcast, or with respect to transmission of a messages, topic filtered, request and reply. All these types of messages, message scenarios are supported by AMQP. Altogether, the main features of AMQP are, that is targeted QoS, that selectively offering QoS to links. Persistence, so that is to message delivery guarantees. You have studied just now using the different message delivery guarantees such as at most once, at least once, and exactly once. The next point, that is delivery of messages to multiple consumers. Then high speed protocol. These are the features of AMQP. This completes the AMQP protocol. Next, I'll begin with the next protocol, that is a query tree protocol. Any doubts? A slide, the slides are visible now. Yeah, this file.
Yes, ma'am.
Query tree protocol. Actually, this is an anti-collision protocol with respect to RFID. Why it is used, how it is used, you are going to study now. Now, what is RFID? So RFID system is a contactless automatic identification system using small and low cost RFID tags. Isn't it? It allows to recognize the information of tag with the help of radio frequency. So this RFID tag is attached to an object such as any material, okay, so that you have studied how that is attached and how that is used. See, what is the problem with respect to this? Consider this scenario. Is this visible clearly? Here you can see one RFID reader and multiple tags. Okay, readers. A problem with the single reader multiple tag RFID system, okay, is that a tag within the reader's range might not be identified if two or more tags simultaneously replies or answers. So that is if the collision occurs. So how this is handled? By using anti-collision protocols, Aloha based, and other one is a tree based. You are going to study a tree based protocol. Then what is the motivation with respect to this? A tag ID usually has several fields. A tag usually has several fields as you have studied before. For example, if you consider the EPC. Okay, if you consider the EPC code, so that is assigned by EPC Global has four fields such as header, company ID, and product ID, serial number, and so on. Okay, and every product type produced by the company will be assigned a unique product ID. Each company what happens assigns a product ID. Okay, and the products within the same product ID, having the same product ID, how they are differentiated by serial numbers. By yeah, unique product ID is given by the company, and these products with the same product ID are differentiated by different serial numbers. Then every item will have a unique ID so that the ID uniquely represents the item. The ID is stored into an RFID tag, and the RFID tag is attached to the item, okay, at a factory where the item is produced. This is the scenario how the RFID works. So how this collision happens? Consider the two scenarios with respect to random IDs and consecutive IDs. Uh, One scenario at a retailer with RFID checkout system, when a customer checks out many items through a counter, the RFID reader at the counter will automatically collect the tag IDs. These IDs are random, so they are from different product types from different companies. So single reader reading multiple IDs, random IDs, so it may result in collision. Second scenario, consecutive IDs, that is at a publisher after printing, consider tens of hundreds of books with the same title. So those are packed in a single box, okay, for delivery and distribution. The books in a box will have a common prefix in their IDs as they have the same company ID and product ID. So they have replaced in a single box. So, but the serial numbers are used to differentiate the books which are stored inside the same box. That is with respect to consecutive IDs. Then how this is solved? By using the anti-collision protocol. So that protocol is a query tree protocol. So what is this? A tag anti-collision system consists of a reader and a set of tags. as you know. Okay, this how RFID works. Similarly, this tag anti-collision system consists of a reader and a set of tags. Each tag has a unique ID which will be represented as uh, string, that is bits of strings. Okay, or the whole binary digits, bits of strings can be represented as integer also. So for this, the query tree protocol is used to handle the collision. How this is handled? This QTP, the query tree protocol specifies what the reader and the tags perform during the execution of the protocol. It specifies what all has to be performed by while reading. Uh, for the reader, and tags, what is the job of the tag. Yeah, query tree protocol, how it works. These are the steps followed by QTP. So reader, what is the first, the reader, what it does? The reader maintains a queue. Initially, the queue has two strings, 0 and 1. While the queue, I'll explain with an example, just to go through the steps. While the queue is not empty, do the following. Delete the first string from the queue. Okay, then broadcast query strings to the tags and wait for their responses. If only one tag responds with its ID string A, then output A. If collision is detected, so if that is multiple tags respond, then insert two strings S0 and S1 to the queue. If no tag responds, then do nothing. These are the steps we need to follow to handle the collisions. These are the steps used by the query tree protocol. These defined by the query tree protocol to handle collisions. So consider this example. Here you can see the different strings, that is 01001, 010, okay, 10 and so on. These are the different IDs represented in terms of a binary digits or nothing but you can say binary string. See, what is the first step here? The reader maintains a queue. Initially, the queue has two values. Initially, the queue contains queue contains two values, 0 and 1. So, what is the next step? While the queue is not empty, do the following. Delete the first string from the queue. Okay. First, what is the value? 0. 0 is compared with all this, whether there is a collision or not. Yes, 0 here. This string starts with 0. This one, second ID, you can see. it also starts with the 0. There is a collision here also. Okay, all starts with the 0, so there is a collision. Next, 1. So 1, there is no response. Next, if there is a collision, what happens is we need to add 0 and 1 to the same. So here for this bit 0, it becomes 0 0 and 0 1. Okay. Now consider 0 0. Here whether there is a any ID which begins with 0 0. Here no IDs which begins with 0 0. Here you can see 0 1 0 1 all begins with 0 1. So no response. Next, coming to the next one, 0 1. Here multiple entries, you can see multiple strings, 0 1 0 1 0 1 all. So there is a collision. Okay. Now for this, so that is wherever there is a collision, for that string we need to add a 0 and 1. So 0 1, for this 0 1 0, to by adding 0 and 1 you consider strings 0 1 0 and 0 1 1 to identify whether the collision has happened or not. 0 1 0. Okay. So here you can observe 0 1 0, here also you can observe, and here also. So that is why there is a collision. Next, go to the next item, that is step 6, 0 1 1. So 0 1 1, here there is a collision, here also there is a collision. Next item. So for this there is a collision, so you need to create a string, a query by using by adding 0 and 1 to this string 0 1 0. So after adding the 0 to 0 1 0, it becomes 0 1 0 0. Okay. Next, after adding 1 to this string, which is mentioned in step 5, it becomes 0 1 0 1. So now check for this match 0 1 0 0. Okay. So there is a single match with respect to this 0 1 0 0. If that is the case, then output that string. So what is the string? 0 1 0 0 1 is a original string. Output this string. So according to this step. So if only one tag responds with its ID string A, then output A. Okay, so here next string we are comparing is 0 1 0 1. So 0 1, this is output, this is done. Next one is 0 1 0 1. So 0 1 0 1. So here multiple entries with 0 1 0 1, multiple IDs having the string 0 1 0 1 you can observe. So there is a collision. Next here, up to here we have considered, that is 0 1 output. After that 0 1 0 1 is added. Next one, yeah, this one 0 1 1, there was a collision, so we need to create a string by adding 0 and 1. So this new will be the step 9, new string 0 1 1 0. Next 0 1 1 1. So 0 1 1 0 is again compared with the original IDs. So here 0 1 1 0. So there is a collision with respect to this and as well as this. Next 0 1 1. So there is no response. For this there is a collision 0 1 0 1. So for this you have to add 0 and 1 at the end. So when you add 0 1 0 1, 0 1 0 1 0, so there is a match with respect to this string. So single element, so output that particular string. Similarly, the next one 0 1 0 1 1. So output that. Next, there was a collision with respect to 0 1 1 0, the step ninth element. So add 0 and 1 to this element, that is 0 1 1 0 0. It becomes the next one becomes 0 1 1 0 1. Now you compare this with the original string. Here there is a match with respect to this and a single match, so output this string. Similarly, next element is 0 1 1 0 1. So there is a single match with respect to this, so output this string. This is how the query tree protocol works. How the collision is avoided by adding zeros and ones. And the tree representation of this is like this. Initially, this is a root node 0 and 1. You have to start with this content, that is a queue content query. You can see here 0 and 1. Left node is 0, yeah, 0, and here you can see this 1. Next step, so when there is a output, so next 0 0 there is no response, 0 0 there is no response. Next 0 1 there is a collision, 0 1 there is a collision. Next after that 0 1 0 again there is a collision. So after this 0 0 1, after that yeah 0 1, next 0 1 0 there is a collision, 0 1 1 is again a collision. Next 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0. Here actually we are outputting the string 0 1 0 0 1. This is string A, the first string we are outputting. Similarly, the next one you need to check. So that is at this state 0 1 0 1 0. We are outputting 0 1 0 1 0. Here you can see the next one 0 1 0 1 0. Next, when it is 1, the next string is outputted, that is 0 1 0 1 1. Similarly, other two. Any confusion with respect to this? How to create a tree and how to handle the collision? One more thing today, no quiz. Okay, as you all have requested, yeah, not conducting quiz today. Yeah, any doubts with respect to this? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
How to create? Yeah, okay. You can note down this so that I'll give some more examples. You can solve more examples. Note down this. Next one after that. Which is number added. Zero zero. Next 0 1 and so on. Okay, done. If there is a collision, you need to take that bit and add 0 and 1 and create two more strings for comparison to check the collision. Here again for 0 1 0 1 0 is added, 0 1 1 is added.
Ma'am, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, like how we know that a collision has happened?
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, how do we
Yes.
like identify is it the zero bit we
No, no. Actually, this is a way query tree protocol handles the collisions. This anti-collision protocol is installed in all active RFID tags. Otherwise, you have seen no first scenario. Okay.
So ma'am, we
So
have to
here,
refer to this table every time to
you have to prepare to this input will be given. Okay, this is the input string. Okay, whether the collision has happened or not, if happened, how that is handled, you need to show by drawing these steps, and where the collision has happened and how that is taken care. After this you need to represent in a tree format also. Query tree. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
This. Hmm? Yeah, note down this tree.
Ma'am, why not just use 0 and 1 instead of using so many bits to represent collision or not collision?
Yes.
Why not just use 0 and 1, ma'am, since it's all you're only using the start first bit to see whether there has been a collision or not.
It's not clear. Please explain again. I'm not clear with your question.
Ma'am, why not?
0 and 1. Initially, 0 and 1 are used to store. Yeah.
Why not
Tell
just
me.
0 and 1 to see whether there has been a collision or not? Because the
Yeah,
it is
yeah. If you go for 0 and 1, exactly you will get many matches. No, with respect to single digit 0 and 1.
okay.
You need to take care. Yeah, first initially you will begin with the single digit. Okay, first digit. Okay, you will check whether there is a collision with respect to single digit. Later you will move on to all other digits of a given string. Each digit by digit we need to compare. Otherwise, if you consider a single 0 and 1 as a digits comparison, every time there will be a match and there will be a collision.
Uh, okay.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Note down this, then one more protocol. Afterwards, I'll conclude. That completes your protocol. Later, next class will begin with the new topic. Yeah, I'll continue after 2 minutes.
Yeah, the next one is reversed IDs, query tree protocol with the reverse IDs. So IDs are given initially. So in case of reverse IDs technique, we are complementing whatever the input given, that we are complementing and following the same whatever followed for query tree protocol. Okay. Reverses the ID strings of the tags and applies Qt protocol to the reverse string. So working reader does the same as in the Qt protocol. Okay, but while outputting every tag receiving the query string S from the reader compares S with its own ID string A. If S matches the prefix of length of S of reversed this one string, then tag sends A to the reader. So here while outputting, you are outputting actual ID, but while comparing, you are comparing with reversed IDs. Okay, consider this example and try to solve this. Note down 01001. So this is the ID is given. Create reverse ID complement of this. First step is reverse, that is complementing the digits of the given ID. Try to solve that. Afterwards, you can compare your result. If you note down the strings, solve it. Then afterwards, I'll display the result. Then, yeah, when you compare the steps here in this example, total steps. Here steps are 8. When you compare this with this example here, 14 steps. the same IDs with reverse IDs, reversed query tree protocol, reversed IDs query tree protocol. We are going to output all the strings, maximum number of steps at maximum 8 step. But here when you compare the previous QTP, there the total number of steps were 14. So next create the tree for this. Yeah, then this is the tree. First output at third step 0 0. So this one, it is 0 1 1 0. Next 0 1 0 1 0 here. The next output is here 0 1 0 1 0. Afterwards, the output is at sixth step at 1 1. This one. Similarly, other two, that is seventh and eighth step 1 0 0 and 1 0 1. You can observe these are the conclusion with respect to this query tree. When tags are random, this protocol have no difference in performance. So tag IDs are consecutive IDs, then the performance of the protocol is better than reversed is better than the QT. Consider this example and try to solve by applying both the methods, query tree and the reverse IDs, query tree with reverse IDs. Okay. Yeah. Take down this example and solve.
Then we have to reverse the IDs.
Yeah, both the methods. Yeah. I asked you to solve by using both. Initially do it regular the same tree. Afterwards, the second method, reverse IDs. So after that, let me know how many steps for a query tree protocol. How many steps did you get? For validity. Yes, anyone has completed?
Ma'am, I have done it, but I'm not sure if it's right.
Yeah, how many steps did you get to display all?
Ma'am, I'll just message you on Teams.
No. Afterwards, you create the tree also. Then same problem, solve it using reversed. Also. Okay, good. At least one you have done it now. We'll see.